It happens.
No, it doesn't. It happens when you do it.
Well, I'm the one over here. Technically, we could have scooted the couch that way and put you on this side.
That is a good point.
Whatever. I can't wait for my candy.
Well, you're the one who threw it on the damn floor.
Shut up, bitch.
Damn, that's really though.
Ringers out, people. Let's be professional this time.
My volume's off.
Ooh, I think your volume's on though.
Mine? No. No, mine's already turned off. Yeah. Some of my stuff over.
Are we on the live?
We've been live.
Yeah,
this
we've
whole
been live
thing was
since
just live. His ringer's not off.
No, I thought it was. I legitimately thought that it was.
As he says at the beginning of every episode.
Right? That's how you know the episode's starting. John gets a text.
Right?
Hey, we can hear you.
So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Discount Gaming, our second episode for the week. I'm one of your hosts, Iron Business 01. You can hit me pretty much everything. Yeah, I'm not going to keep going through the list.
Mortimer Smith, Instagram and Twitter.
Mr. Blue, no dammy.
Chaotic Vash.
I'm a collie.
And
It's usually
So
longer,
enthusiastic.
And our
Oh my God, here's
Instagram
something.
is...
There.
Discount gaming one.
Love the
She's
She's
enthusiasm.
too busy
like,
eating.
I'm
Right?
so
She's
excited.
too busy eating her chocolate.
She's like,
Savoring every bite of it, right?
Oh man. Alright guys, so like last week, there's a lot of shit going on. We're gonna do our best not to talk about it. To be quite frank, we're all tired of hearing about it.
Oh shit.
So that's
Just hurry up and send me my money and tell me to stay home. I'm happy that way.
Don't charge me rent.
I'm good with somebody just sending me money.
Yeah, but unfortunately you had to have filed your taxes.
I never file my taxes.
It's 1,000 per adult plus 500 per kid.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have gotten it. Therefore,
Knowing my luck, child support office is gonna be like, nah, mine.
yeah,
Yank.
yeah. Did you file?
Not last year.
This year.
That's
Well,
2020.
it's not even time to file yet. You still have till April 15th to file.
They
And
said
they extended it 3 weeks.
They said if it's not filed by April 6th, you won't qualify for the check, though.
Well, then I still have time.
That might be a no. Did you?
Yeah, I already did.
Yeah.
Got 400 left.
Well, he's the responsible one in this entire group.
Shit. I had $76
What would you say?
coming to me, and she owed $75.
None of us.
That's what I'm saying. He's the most responsible one.
I don't know.
Of all of,
I don't make smart decisions sometimes, so.
but that's drunk brand.
Like when we filed, I got 76 back for me, but then
Sober
she owed
brand makes
75.
those decisions.
So we got $1 back at the end of it all.
Jesus.
She made way too much money apparently last year, making what did you make, like $12,000 in the year, and they said she made too much money.
No, at the end total I made almost a little over 16 grand.
And they said she made too much money.
Jesus.
And they said I didn't make enough, even though I made 19 grand for the year. I'm like, what is this tax bracket we're stuck in right now?
Upper lower
Is
middle
it
class.
because of my age that I made too much? Like,
You're in the bracket where they're just not gonna let you have any money.
I know.
Doesn't matter how much money you make. That's the bracket you're in.
Yeah. Yeah. For all of us that don't have a fucking 12-story building with our name on the front of it, apparently.
12 stories is one of our smaller ones.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that's entry level. That's entry level for the next bracket up.
A 20-bedroom, 15.5 bathroom house.
I don't get
If
that. I don't
they-
get that.
If he had a house that big, he would personally give the kids 3 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms.
Fuck that.
And be like,
I would knock all the walls down. Like, this room spans over 12 rooms. That's one.
That's our office.
our kitchen is 14 bedrooms put together. What do you do with an office that big? Dodgeball.
put a movie theater.
There we go.
Yeah.
Dodge. If you can dodge a wrench,
Yeah.
dodge a ball.
Or like in Modern Warfare earlier, if you can dodge a car, you can dodge a ball. And people couldn't do that very well.
Oh, speaking of that, though, that
Dude, I got
PS5 drop. That
The news for it. Oh,
Dude, it's gonna be so fast, and it outclasses the Xbox so far from specs.
Well, no spec wise, the we have a little one. Did you just double gun this way when the camera's up there?
I was telling him to pause. But I guess I didn't go
yeah,
back.
no.
Well, no. Whatever happens live.
Yeah.
Oh.
What the?
Yeah, no. Like spec wise, the Xbox is actually stronger than the PlayStation.
But the design of it is just so sloppy.
See, that's just it, because it comes down to what is it? Resource management. Like Sony has that resource management. Dude, they built an entire processor just for sound. Like it's fucking crazy.
It is crazy the shit that they're doing now with it. I wonder if they're keeping in mind full dive coming up. Because there's a lot of rumors that they're building shit for that now.
That's what I was waiting for, because the name of the Sony conference is Sony's Full Dive Conference, and I was like, oh yay! But no.
Way to get my hopes up.
Yeah, they lied to me.
It looks interesting though, the style of the new Xbox.
I don't like it.
It looks just like a box tower for your internet.
Yeah. I don't care for it.
No, I feel like it would
but
sit
at the same time,
really nice next to the TV.
I think that that's what their purpose was, but it's supposed to weigh 8 pounds.
With what inside of it?
You okay with that?
No. I'm trying not to break.
and my
again.
biggest thing is the PS5's design. I don't know how I feel about that squared off V design.
Okay, see, I don't mind that, but I know that it's been confirmed, but I found it really interesting that they did not show it at all during their conference.
Yeah.
At all. So.
But didn't Xbox show theirs at the conference?
Oh yeah.
They showed it off.
Dude, they showed commercials, they showed game trailers, they showed all kinds of shit. But that makes me wonder, is that the look that Sony's actually going to go with?
I wonder if Vinny's gonna buy
It kinda
it,
looks like
or
a
he
little
looked at it
spaceship.
and be like,
See, yeah. I love the way it looks, but during their conference, they didn't show any of it. They showed no pictures, they didn't show the controller.
I wonder why it's shaped like that. Though.
Well, I would assume that all this is cooling fans.
Yeah.
I wonder if the color changes too.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
They did show something about you can program your remotes to change color based on what game you're playing and what color you like.
What were you showing me earlier with was it the Xbox or the PlayStation that did the ray casting?
The ray tracing?
Ray tracing?
The one that I showed you was Xbox, but they're both gonna have it.
What's that?
Ray tracing is it's a natural light engine. So like in Minecraft, that's the example they use, how a source of light kind of illuminates everything evenly. Ray tracing reflects light based on what the material is and the surface texture and everything like that. So it's made to make a light source look more realistic.
Well, if you play Minecraft in survival mode and have the settings on their default settings, it kind of resembles that.
Well, no, because it's in Minecraft, their light source is very linear. If you put a light here, it's gonna hit the wall and then stop at a surface. But ray tracing is a really high illumination level where the light is, and then it fades out, and then it bounces off of certain objects based on how far it is and what the surface is made out of and the texture of said surface and stuff. So,
and that's going to be a design for the games that they
for all content.
Oh, okay.
So that I'm actually really excited to see. They showed a.
It was Minecraft. Well,
Yeah.
the one I saw was Minecraft.
Yeah, they showed it on Minecraft, and then they showed a demo of it on whatever Gears of War it was, of the ray tracing engine into it, and it looked really cool. But I mean, with things blowing up and stuff like that, you can't really sit there and be like, oh, okay, this looks different from this. So, but it would be nice to see, if they're gonna run Gears 5, it would be really nice to see them run Gears 5 without ray tracing and then with it side by side, so that you can actually like significantly see the differences.
There'll probably be a bunch of videos like that.
Oh, I'm sure, but no, like I was telling Bash, like we all know what the Xbox Gen X is gonna look like. I mean, they're fucking putting it everywhere. We have official images of what the new controller and console are gonna look like for Sony.
Oh yeah, I didn't see this.
But during their conference, they didn't show any of it. They didn't show a console. They didn't show a controller. Nothing.
They want it to be a surprise.
Yeah, so like it's making me wonder if they are in fact going to stick with that look or if they're going to change it.
It does kind of look weird on its side.
Okay, so this is what they're saying the PS5 is going to look like now. That's the official Sony.
See, I like that.
I don't mind that design.
Like it's compact, it's sleek.
Yeah.
I really like how the light moves around all like the entire edge of it.
But they did say that there's also that version that might be released too.
The slim with the circle.
That's the one coming out 6 months later.
That's probably going to have that ultra high def, stupid 90K,
right,
3D whole thing built into it.
One thing that I was really interested to see was, and it's not a big secret amongst consoles, like Sony has never handled their heat management well on their consoles, and he even said that during the conference where like, you know, they've never been the best at managing like power consumption versus heat.
But it's a common problem with everybody, right? It's not just.
Well, no, because like Xbox doesn't like they've never really had a problem with it, not until
Xbox 360.
Yeah, the 360.
Actually?
Yeah, because that's what caused the
Was
red
it 360 the second one?
Yeah.
And see, this is also one of the ones. Now, this one is the one we all thought was going to be the original PS5 release.
Well, and it still
That's
might
what the
be.
design.
We don't know.
Yeah, they haven't shown any image of it.
That's what I was saying. It kind of looks weird on its side. Like,
Yeah.
Well, with that one looks like it has more air weight to it though, compared to the other ones that they've
It
made.
has that built-in air right in the center.
That way, so when it starts to overheat, I bet it from the middle and on the outside too.
Yeah,
The air goes
like
out.
it's just surrounded by vents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Far away do you think we are from liquid cooling technology?
Well, we already have it. We don't have it in the console.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See,
isn't that what thermal heat is? Like the
PC uses.
No, thermal paste is a paste they put between the heatsink and the processor to actually pull the heat away from the processor so that it can be dispersed.
Which was the problem with the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Is they didn't put enough space between the
I think it had like
heatsink
8
and the
vents.
processor.
Yeah, but the thermal paste they used was like a really cheap brand of it. So like 6 months in, it would start to crack and break. So your heatsink would fall off, which means you had no way to get rid of your heat.
And you get this red ring.
Yeah,
And
red eye.
I was able to fix mine when it did that. All I did was go out and I bought some more thermal paste.
Yeah.
And then I bought 2 washers. And I stuck 2 washers on the bolts. I put thermal paste all around it and mounted the heatsink back in.
Yeah.
Done. No problem.
Yeah,
They just didn't leave enough clearance and they didn't use enough. They used a very cheap thermal paste and they didn't use enough of it to make a difference.
A lot of people fixed their own, but the fact that they had to do that, you know,
and then like break any warranty that you had with it. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, you could have sent it back to Microsoft and they would have fixed it for free.
Yeah.
But it was going to take 6 to 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then you didn't get any money back. You didn't get any refund. Nothing. You just had to wait 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
For it to come back.
But
and you're
that's
just
like the fact that they brought it up during their conference that they've never been good at heat management, like really makes me wonder, like what they're doing, because they said that they're increasing like their cooling fans, and that like certain components will have its own cooling system.
Is that
but
Sony or PS5?
Sony.
Or
Well,
PS5 or
yeah,
Xbox?
Sony is.
Yeah. Sorry.
But no, I would definitely like to see what you were talking about with the liquid cooling, with like the big like PC radiators and the pumps that move everything around.
Yeah, the way you think of what are they like when you have like a huge office building? You have like what are those rooms? Like,
They have
how
the
far
server
around?
rooms with the
Yeah.
cooling systems in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the cooling, like the room has
Because I'm
to
sure we
stay
could
at, like,
mini-verse that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Or like the room has to be at like, I think they have to keep it at 65 degrees tops, and then they have liquid cooling systems running through.
For all their servers,
What?
Wah wah wah.
But no, I'm definitely interested to see what they're gonna do. The Xbox is definitely impressive in and of itself. So is the PlayStation 5. The only thing that has me, I want to say, concerned is like Xbox Gen X already has games like ready to go.
Besides the fact that my legs look like they're glowing in the dark right now.
And Sony doesn't.
Was there anything about new titles coming out? Still no word?
No, like the purpose of the conference was just to go over the specs of the new console. But again, they didn't show any of it. You know, they didn't even show just a shell.
Damn, your legs are hella bright.
Is that what you're laughing about?
Wow.
That's because of that lens flare right there.
No, I don't think that's the lens flare, my dude.
Dude, my legs are literally right in the lens flare.
I think you're just that white.
Maybe I am.
It looks like you have two of those, what is it, the halogen bulbs that you're just moving around. Have shoes on the bottom of.
Let's make the camera panic. I don't know what to do.
But it's not even at the discount.
Yeah. None.
Well, I'm interested because, like I said, through Rena Center, I already had 2 pre-ordered. Like, ready to go. I'm on the list. Boom.
Yeah.
Now, I might have to drive all the way to Kerrville to go pick them up.
Oh,
but
worth
you
it.
know what? I'll do it.
Worth the drive.
Are you guys talking about the toilet paper?
No. No.
What I missed?
Yeah, I mean, that also just depends on when what did they say what the date is it's coming out? Was it December?
They didn't say.
Yep.
At all.
No, but what you did miss is how white his legs look in the video.
Yeah, look at that crap.
Shit.
Oh shit.
It's Edward Cullen.
It's like
He
there's
just
like
doesn't have
a
sparkles.
Right.
spotlight right on them.
Right, those little track lighting.
Shiny. What is that song from Moana?
I was thinking shine bright like a diamond, which is what your legs are doing, but...
The crab from fucking, or the lobster from fucking.
Oh, let's hear a piece. Maybe we'll remember.
Build it for us. But I'm pretty excited. They did say that they're gonna have backwards compatibility to the PlayStation 4, which kind of dashes everybody's hope of like full backwards compatibility. But I mean,
the way that they're releasing digital titles and all that, there's no point in doing all that if they just, hey, you know, you can go buy it for like $2 online.
True.
Because you would do it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Original Crash Bandicoot, original.
Oh, all day.
Huh.
But you have to think about like those people that have like expansive game libraries. You know, rather than having one of every Sony console hooked up, they could just hook up the 5.
When did the Blu-ray only came in on what? PS3?
Yeah.
Arizona hard green tea.
Oh yeah, in Canada apparently.
Oh yeah.
That's why they're keeping us out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I saw that. Arizona's either they're going.
They have
to
like a Mike's Hard Tea, but it's Arizona brand.
Yeah.
Finally.
And
I
they're
wonder if it's as cheap as the Arizona actual tea is.
I doubt it.
Probably not.
Because of
Like
the
$3
same tag
maybe.
though, $3.99,
Leave it open.
$2.99.
It's really
Are you
warm
cold?
No, I can't reach it anyway.
here. Grab a straw.
I'm all waiting for his arm to come out. Hold on, it's about to happen.
What are you waiting for?
You look like you have tiny T-Rex arms like that.
Who?
You.
Oh, I can't see it. I'm not that far behind.
Lens is about to flare again.
You're like your
Dude,
legs
my
are
hands just
true,
like,
actual
whoa.
white. It's terrifying. We need to get you like leggings or something.
There you go. I need one piece of skin hanging out.
Damn.
I'll get you a ghillie suit.
Just give me some spray tan. It'll work. I'll just be orange.
I know. It looked like a damn raccoon.
It looked like Trump.
Send me my money. I'll put a toupee on.
Oh God. Fucking hideous. But no, so like, I don't know. I'm excited for what they're gonna bring. But I was thinking like what's one game that like everybody would love to have, like day one?
Monster Hunter. Dude, I would love to see the world of Monster Hunter on the new shit.
Oh, what were you telling me about the way that they were setting up the headphones or what?
Oh, so Sony created, because like with Microsoft they're using part of their processor for sound, but Sony like created a dedicated separate processor just for sound, and it's called like the Tempest 2 or something like that. But the testing for it is this fucking crazy ass machine they built where you sit in a chair, they put little tiny microphones in your ears, and then it's 28 speakers that go like 360 degrees around you. And that's how they do like the different test levels. So on the console launch day, they'll have like different, I guess, like settings that you can pick from. But what they're gonna allow people to do is take a picture of your ear and send it to them, and they'll they'll actually like 3D print your ear and then set it up in the machine and then run the test like that and then upload that to your specific PlayStation so that you can select it. So like the surround sound that you're getting is specifically for your ear setup.
Do you think that vibrator you guys were talking about last week's going to use that same technology at any point? Just take a picture of it and send it in? Make a 3D cast?
Talking about the... Did we ever find that video to send them? Like tag them in of the demonstration on Facebook of it?
No.
No?
No.
Oh shit. I'm talking to Ashley. Get off Facebook! Get on the video and get into the show. Let's go.
So yeah, I always have that problem though with headphones. Because like I don't like
Uncharted.
What's that?
Uncharted would be good. Did we ever find that video on Facebook where they're demonstrating that Bluetooth Wi-Fi?
Friend of ours in San Antonio.
Hey, Cameron.
This is actually the one that, if I remember, this is the Cameron that was the one.
Bro.
Dallas. Yeah. He's someone I went to school with.
Oh, right on.
He's not the one from San Antonio.
Oh, well, there you go.
I got paid! Yay!
Where's Vinny been?
I don't know. Probably balls deep in Destiny 2 right now.
Quarantine.
Yeah.
Well, he is in Fort Worth, so...
Yeah.
Or what if he's one of the ones that got sick? Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, 'cause
We need to message Vinny and see if he's okay.
Yeah.
Check him on Discord?
I can shoot him a message.
So what game would everybody want to see on day one?
I haven't looked at any new games that are...
Well, no, like whether it's a new game or an existing game.
I know, I always loved God of War.
Yeah.
What I wanted more of was Heavenly Sword.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good one, too.
Because Heavenly Sword, it was only that one game, am I right?
Yeah, the game was so fucking cool.
Okay. Nariko?
What's up?
She's trying to find that link to share with you guys for that Wi-Fi Bluetooth
And
thing.
we'll just go to the room and see what it says on the box badge.
Shit,
I'm thinking
that. That's a $3,500 system.
What?
That's sex toy set that we were talking about.
No.
Is it worth it?
You want to test it?
Are they gonna pay me $4,500?
No, that's just to get injected and sit in a hospital for a few weeks.
Oh, they were going to put that on YouTube, though.
No, we cannot.
You porn though.
What?
For sure. You porn? You can put it on you porn.
But no, definitely like.
My fans only?
It's only fans.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever. But no, I would love to see another Heavenly Sword game. What sucked was when I played that one, I had like a third-party controller that didn't have the motion controls, so I could only get to like half the game, and then I couldn't get past that until I bought a new controller.
I'm thinking more like a fighting game, like Mortal Kombat or something like that. just to kind of like test out.
Alright, so like you know how you know how Mortal Kombat does crossovers and stuff.
Yeah.
What would you like to see them cross over?
Crossing over with the anime world would be
Honestly, Street Fighter.
Well, they've done that, no?
No. Well, no. No, actually, they haven't. They did Tekken versus Street Fighter. And we have that one.
Yeah.
But they never did Mortal Kombat. It's like two of the biggest name. Like, they've always had that rivalry. Like, I would love to see that one cross over. But
Who would be a good fight?
any of them, really. Like, Bison versus Shao Kahn. Big Boss versus Big Boss. You know, you could do...
Who would you use to fight Steve?
Well, Steve's Tekken.
Oh, sure. Mortal Kombat. Scorpion.
Honestly, I would probably go with Ken.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think he moves fast enough.
Well, that's just it. He does move fast. Or, well, yeah. Yeah, I'd have to go with Ken.
Imagine like Zangief. Oh, no, that's fucking second too.
No. Zangief
I was going to say King.
No, Zangief is Street Fighter. Because that's one of my mains. But you could do...
That's not a DM list. It's a tag list.
Zangief versus Jax would be interesting.
Yeah. Chun-Li and Sonya.
Oh.
Fuck, I keep... No, that is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one right.
Yeah, you were good on that one. You were good on that one.
Someone ignored.
See, I know stuff.
No, but when I say like anime, I'm thinking more like like gruesome characters. You know, someone that like knows how to fuck someone up.
Yeah.
I did find it, and I tagged all of you in it. Yeah, just in Houston for now.
Well, now I'm gonna have these fucking random pop-ups on my...
Yeah, right.
Vinny's gonna look at it.
So
in
Vinny
Discord.
said he's good. He's just stuck in Houston.
Damn.
Glad to hear you're good, though.
Mm-hmm.
I messaged him on Instagram because he hasn't been able to watch anything because he's been stuck. So.
Tell him, YouTube supports phones.
Yeah, why is he stuck in Houston?
Houston's quarantined.
Yeah.
You're not allowed.
No,
to
he
leave.
said I could go back for once.
California too.
Yeah. What is it? Italy just quarantined. There's a lot of
New
places.
Jersey, Connecticut, Los Angeles,
Missouri.
They're all quarantined. Greg Abbott today officially shut down Texas.
It's like all government, banks, and full dining restaurants
And the
bars are
big
completely
stores and like
closed.
the malls and stuff, they're all shut down.
But moving away from that.
Anyway, getting rid of that.
So, Monster Hunter, what about you?
She's like, what are we talking about?
She would choose Destiny. Come on, it's just the only game she ever plays. You could delete every
Not
game on that
really.
system, except for Destiny, and she'd be fine.
I probably want to say the Resident Evil series.
Ooh.
Which one?
Hey, look, it's Vinny.
Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah.
With
What would
ray
that be,
tracing?
8?
Dude, that'd be dope.
Dude, Resident Evil with the ray tracing and all the light reflectors and stuff, that would be fucking killer. Honestly, I would love to see a new Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Vinny jumped on real quick. He said, "Hello, mid-raid right now, so I'll be back after these short messages."
Yeah, yeah, I figured as much.
I kind of figured that's what I said earlier. He was going balls deep in
Yeah.
Destiny too, so he's kind of busy with that now.
But I would love to see like a good new Silent Hill, like the one that they were supposed to release that had what is it? The main character was Norman Reedus, and it was directed by Del Toro.
That was Hideo
Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
No, he was the main producer, but the director was Guillermo del Toro.
And then they had like a falling out, so he kind of
No, it wasn't even that. The contract ended.
I would have to say with the new graphics and the new design, if they upgraded it to the PlayStation 5, the Final Fantasy graphics for 7.
Ooh.
Because they're already good on the 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
you already know they've already went ahead and made a copy that they're gonna drop with 5.
Oh, I'm sure.
With the PS5.
I'm sure. I'd be surprised if they didn't.
They must have. Like, they probably did the same thing with Resident Evil 2 already. And 3, because 3's due out, in August?
Mm-hmm.
And then the PS5's gonna drop, so yeah, they've probably went in and made sure they made 2 different copies of the game.
But you're saying that it's at least gonna be able to play the PlayStation 4 games, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's been a better... So, the announcement and everything was a little bit better than what it was before, because originally they were saying the PS5 was going to come out, but not have any other games. It wasn't going to have any games yet.
So what are they planning on doing? Just releasing it with demos?
No, they were just going to make it PS4 compatible, so you could play your PS4 games on it while the developers did PS5 games. But now they're saying that there will be a small library that drops with the system.
At least, you know.
So...
Well... For testing, they took the top 100 PS4 games to see like how they would run on the PS5. So I don't know if there's like 100 specific games that they're gonna be ready to run on the PS5.
Oh, not 100, maybe like 10.
See, I don't know. Like either way, it's a really bad idea. Like if your new console comes out and it's boasting backwards compatibility for the 4, but it can't run all of the PS4 games, dude, like that's just a bad business plan.
Yeah, if you drop your PS5, say they drop the PS5 and I go and pop Monster Hunter on there.
Yeah.
And it won't work.
It's not compatible.
I'm going to grab it, I'm going to put it to prop open the door.
Yeah, because...
I mean, because at that point my PS4 is better. Like, it can play my games.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like, if you drop a new console and you don't have at least a handful of titles ready to launch with it, what's the point?
Yeah, then you
like, I have the PS5, cool, but what the fuck are you going to play on it?
It's like, I can actually play games on my 4. So
Please.
Right?
Netflix. It's a very expensive streaming device.
No shit. But that's what concerns me. Is like I'm sure that they're gonna have developers, ready to go at launch day. But if it can if it's only ready to support like say the 100 games they've used for testing, for all those people that don't have those 100 games, either physical or purchased digital, well, now you're forcing people to spend more money.
Yeah, but what's going to happen with the digital games? Will they carry over to the PS5?
See, I don't know.
Because most of our libraries are digital
Yeah.
now. I mean, we have, maybe 10, 15 PS4 games sitting over there?
Yeah, but, I mean, on
Hard
mine,
copy?
I've got 200 digital games.
Yeah, I'm sitting around 190 digital games, so yeah.
So...
What's going to happen with that? Like, are we going to be able to just transfer our library over, or are we going to go back and
update?
Right.
Are we going to have to go back and rebuy all the license to play the games again?
Well, I don't think it's the licenses.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a problem.
Yeah, no, because you can transfer your license. That's not a big deal. But same thing, like say, okay, like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
The PlayStation 4 version. Like, am I gonna have to repurchase a PlayStation 5 version?
Yeah. And that's what because they did that to you with Skyrim. Like, you had to go in and buy the PS4 version of Skyrim. Then they dropped the VR with the HD redo of Skyrim. You had to go and buy that version of Skyrim too.
Well, the VR version of Skyrim, I don't think you can play without the VR, can you?
Yeah, you can.
Really?
I believe so.
I mean, Tyler was able to do it.
Just like how you're able to play the Resident Evil game without.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But in order to buy the VR, you had to go and buy the whole damn game that was compatible with the VR. You couldn't just download a patch that made the game compatible with VR.
Yeah.
Which is something I think would have been a better business model than.
True, but that's one thing they did say is, like in a lot of aspects from what they were talking about, from like sound to like graphical design and stuff like that, a lot of it was like they were looking at how the PSVR did it, and it's like that's cool, but you're putting a lot of emphasis on the VR. So, personally, I think that like the VR is cool, but it's not worth the $700.
It was when I bought it was like $500.
Okay,
but it did come with Skyrim.
I mean, and see, I can't really blame Sony for the whole having to buy the new game, because technically speaking, Bethesda could have dropped, an update or a patch.
Nice.
I will say the trials have been fucking sweaty, and I love it. He dropped that comment a little bit ago.
Yeah.
But To be fair, Bethesda could have dropped a patch that made the current version of Skyrim work with the VR. I'm sure they have the ability to do that. You know, especially if it's digital. Like, you could have just done a digital patch that downloads.
Yeah, but VR. I mean, that makes me wonder, like, what is it that takes a game from being able to play it on a TV to playing it in VR?
Doesn't look like it's much because, I mean, when you're playing the VR, you still have to have it on the TV. Mm-hmm. And the screen is still there.
You don't have to.
Well, you don't have to, but it still pops up there.
Yeah.
So you could technically take the headset off and just set it down and play from the screen on the TV anyway.
True. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I'm excited for when it comes to the new consoles, but there's a lot of things at the same time that's kind of concerning that they didn't address. But to be fair, we are coming up on the time frame when E3 was supposed to happen.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I might be hearing more in the future about that.
Yeah, like are they saving all that for like a digital version of E3? Like that'd be cool.
Then they might be doing a digital.
A lot of people have been doing that, like bands and stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There. What is it? There was some band that I saw earlier today on Facebook where they were doing like a full blown concert for free online.
Right.
Willie Nelson.
I know Brad Paisley was doing
Brad
that too.
Paisley.
Yeah.
I think Blake Shelton and a couple of other famous people they were doing.
There was a huge thing with WWE too. They were talking about how they had to do a whole show with no audience because they weren't allowed to have an audience inside the building.
So,
see, that's weird.
I know. So nobody was smelling what The Rock was cooking.
No, like Stone Cold did an appearance there, and he was trying to do the whole. Can I get a hell yeah? And he asked the crowd, can I get a hell yeah? But there's no crowd there.
The judges.
In his defense, he's taking a lot of hits to the head. Okay?
Right?
Yeah. And but even so, like watching like wrestling on TV, like you see the crowd, like that's part of the hype.
Yeah.
So it's like you're watching, there's just nobody there. It's just.
And a lot of the background noise comes from the crowd, so you know when these guys are throwing each other on the mats and stuff, you're not hearing the clang of the fucking ring.
Yeah.
With an empty stadium, that echoes. But they were saying, like, WWE they're posting on Facebook about it, saying that it was a really rough show because they don't have any fans in there, and, like, it's really hard to talk to the crowd when there's no crowd.
Yeah, it's hard to be a performer when there's nobody to perform.
Exactly, yeah.
The guy pulls down the mic, they're basically like the host, he goes, "Are you ready in this corner?" "Yeah." "Are you ready in this corner?"
Right.
Yeah.
Like you can actually hear like the wrestlers talking. That
I mean, that would ruin the show.
That'd be so weird.
I'm gonna body slam you.
I
Okay.
That's pretty much what they do. When they grapple each other, he's like, I'm about to powerbomb you. Okay, cool. So they know how to brace themselves for it.
I wonder how they how the host just try to get the show going because he couldn't be like, "Everyone, are y'all ready?" I bet he was just like, "Wrestlers, are y'all ready?"
Take your positions. Ding ding.
Right. They're all checking their phones to see how many people are actually watching.
Alright, this is on Facebook Live. Facebook Live, you ready? And just all the comments.
Oh shit.
The hearts, like,
WWE versus UFC though, you can still have a UFC fight without a crowd. I mean, it really wouldn't mess up the,
No, I don't know, because I think that's no matter what, in anything, the crowd can totally turn the tide on
it can.
Yeah.
Well, imagine how the wrestlers walked out. Did they just casually walk out, or were they still hyped up, or were they just
still pump it up, trying to pump up an empty seat?
Yeah.
Giving fake high fives.
Right, no shit. They're just walking in, it's just a fucking ghost town.
Or they're gonna pre-record the shows and put fake audiences in there.
Right.
Cut the audience out of one show.
Some poor guy that's in the back of the office running Photoshop is just losing his goddamn mind.
He's having to slightly edit the smallest little hand clap.
You just see 300 of the audience circling around. Oh, those 300 are glitching.
It's just the same person.
Yeah.
Fucking
that one guy holding a mop for some reason.
Yeah. Right.
Put a wig on this
That's
person.
Ted from the janitorial staff.
Hey, Ted.
Right.
I mean, the NFL was talking that they postponed all the, they canceled all the combine stuff that's supposed to take place in 2 weeks. So now the teams have to do what's called a blind draft, where all they have to work on is the video from their college games.
See, my point about the combine was it's kind of useless anyways. I mean, sure, you've been watching these kids, and the way that they've been watching these dudes coming out of college, they've been watching them since high school.
Yeah.
So they know what they're up to.
Yeah, don't get me wrong on that.
If you're sleeping on somebody, like, that's your own fault.
What they do at the combine for, like, drills is they put real NFL linebackers and stuff against the offensive players and real offensive players against the linebackers to see if they can keep up with them. Like, they take, like, Juju Smith-Schuster. He's one of the top receivers in the NFL right now. He'll go up against a college cornerback that's coming out of college at the combine to see how well that cornerback does against him in a practice scenario.
And every once in a while, too, during the combine, like, somebody important gets hurt.
Oh, always. It never fails.
Only if they're on the cover of Madden.
Right.
You know who's going to be on the cover next year?
Who?
Brady.
Shit.
Brady's in Tampa Bay now too.
He's gonna be. That's the first time you're gonna see him in his uniform.
$30 million contract to go to Tampa Bay. I was like, holy shit! And Belichick.
How many years has he been with the Patriots?
Dude, 15.
Since he was like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or he went straight from high school.
Right in
didn't
after
No, he went to college and he was picked the last pick of the draft. He was Mr. Irrelevant. That's why he's made so much history. They call the last pick in the draft Mr. Irrelevant. That's the name.
So fucked
They
up.
give you a trophy that says Mr. Irrelevant on it for being the last pick in the draft.
He probably put it next to all his Super Bowl trophies.
Right? It's right next to his trophy. His
It's holding
Super
up
Bowl
all of his
MVP
rings.
trophies,
Keeping
all
him
his
humble.
rings.
Right? Keep it humble.
But
Right next to like the needle he used to deflate the balls, right?
Yeah.
and the recording camera.
Jesus.
I think
But
his balls
now
are
he's
perfect.
going to Tampa Bay, and the rumors for the Patriots are that Belichick's out too, because Belichick's rule last year was Tom
Well,
Brady has to stay,
Yeah.
or I'm leaving.
Really?
It's either retain my quarterback or I'm gone, and that means he takes the whole system. That means the Patriots completely just collapse. They're going to be the
Damn.
worst team in the NFL,
I think everybody's been
bar
waiting for
none,
that.
at this point. Because the rumors are
It'd be
Belichick
interesting.
is going to the Browns.
Yeah.
He's going back to Cleveland. And now you're about to, in Cleveland, don't get me wrong, Cleveland has a hell of a team. They just can't find a coach. You know, Freddie Kitchens was their coach last year. He was the interim coach. He did
Sounds like a
great.
mafia name. Freddie Kitchens.
Right?
He did decent with them, but
Walking in
Freddie
his house,
Kitchens has never been a
Kitchens' house.
coach. Freddie Kitchens was never a coach. He was a trainer. And he played linebacker for the Browns for a while, and then he became a trainer. The coach got fired, and the offensive coordinator got fired. All they had left was this trainer who had played in the NFL. So, like, hey, you're the coach right now for the rest of the season.
That's fucked up. Like imagine waking up and be like, so, by the way, this guy's fired, this guy's fired. You're a coach now. Have fun with that. We'll talk to you in a year.
Not even a year. We'll give
It
you
was
3
like 5
games.
games.
Yeah.
But he won 4 of the 5 games as the interim coach.
Oh, no shit.
So they're like, well, we're going to keep him at least as the offensive coordinator. But now that Belichick's out of the Patriots, Belichick used to work for the Browns. So there's rumors flying around the NFL that he's going to switch over to the Browns. And Mayfield, which is their quarterback, could use someone like Belichick. As much as I dislike Belichick with a passion, because he's a cheater. But he does mold quarterbacks. I mean, Tom Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo. Fuck, who else did he mold?
I don't know.
Jimmy
anybody
Garoppolo is
you're
the
talking
one
about.
is the 49ers quarterback.
That's not gonna help him.
He's the one.
No, that's not gonna help you.
Yeah,
I know.
but you know who Garoppolo is.
Well, he's a football fan.
He was an understudy for Brady and Belichick. He was Mr. Irrelevant in his draft too, and now he's what? He's not a Super Bowl champ, right? The Chiefs beat them.
No.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the Chiefs won. Yeah, they won this last Super Bowl.
Right.
But still, he's had some of the best numbers in the NFL now. But Belichick can breed quarterbacks. That's what he does. Is mold. them.
He's just good at he's good at molding people. The way that the Patriots worked under Belichick, it was just a machine.
It was. You could plug any person in
Yep.
there and they would work. Because that's how he makes his offense. So the Browns will be fine if he goes to the Browns. That's going to shake up this whole freaking NFL season.
That was one of my biggest concerns when there were those rumors going around that Brady was going to the Raiders. It's like they're not going to be able to protect him the way that the Patriots did.
They won't. But to be fair, Tampa Bay has one of the best offensive lines
Yeah,
in the NFL.
they're going to be number 1 offense this year.
Yeah. So now you've got the number 1 quarterback in the NFL behind the number 1 offensive line with the number 2 receiving core in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That team's going to be one hell of a force. They went from 0 to top in no time. And again, it's all based on the quarterback because Jamie Winston is not a quarterback.
The only thing that fucks that up is people's egos.
All these 3 are lost completely
Yeah.
right now.
Didn't he win tons?
Who? Winston? No. Winston was great in college, but ever since he's been on the Bucks,
making a joke, trying to
join
the conversation.
You're trying to slide it in there.
Football. I'm gonna try. Like I don't know what they're talking about.
Yes, Isaiah. We talk about Blue and I are football people, so.
Yeah, I'm not a football people.
I know this is like off topic, but it's still on topic.
She's on vibrators, right?
No.
She's like, change subject.
No, at my hometown, the football coach at the school that I basically went to my whole life until high school. Well, the football coach there, I personally didn't know he transferred to the high school that I was moving to.
You told me about this.
Seeing the football coach at my old hometown high school become the principal of my new school was hilarious. Because when kids would act up in school or cause problems, he wanted to talk to them like they were one of the members of the football team.
Was he still walking around with like the short shorts and the whistle?
He got pissed because nobody understood why I would call him Coach Woodard. And like all the kids, like when I first moved there and I seen him, I was the new girl, so everybody was just surrounded by me. And I seen him and I was like, "Hey, Coach Woodard." He goes, "Ashley Dawn, don't you call me by that name." And I was like, "Don't what?"
Wait, do you have an actual first name?
Right.
Because I always thought it was just Coach.
Like,
right.
"Do I call you Mr. Woodard now?" He goes, "Yeah, actually, I'm your principal now." I was like, "Holy fuck, I'm in trouble." I was like, "Why didn't you just go back to being a football coach? Maybe you could have shaped up their team." Because when I moved there, that my high school hasn't won a football game like since 1985. Like they didn't go to state since 1985. And the year that I moved there,
Mud Dogs.
Right.
and the year that I moved there, the first year, my freshman year, we went to state. My second year, we went to state. My third year, we went to state. Like after me and my brothers and
he walks out of his office during a scrimmage. He's looking at his. We show these motherfuckers how it's done. He takes off the tie and the jacket.
No. It was
No, it's
funny.
it's all pulling.
No, it was funny because he would watch the football boys here in practice, and because I had band practice after school, I would just see him go down there, and I would see him talking to the football coaches and everything, and I walk up to him and I go, tap him on the shoulder, "Mr. Woodard, you can't do that anymore. You're not a football coach, remember? You're the principal. Get your ass back up there and do your job." He was like, "Don't you talk to me like that." I was like, "Stop trying to do your old job and go do your new job up there." And he was like, "I could suspend you." I was like, "You could, but you're not going to because, we're winning this season." He goes, "You're right. Go back to band class." I was like, "Fine."
I would have made you run laps anyways.
Right. Just for the sake of it.
Oh, he wanted me to. He wanted me to get out there and go fucking run laps with the football boys and everything because I used to play with the high school football boys.
One of the
Whoa.
kids.
He wanted to. No.
There needs to be context.
I used to practice
Hey.
Okay, that's not
with the
helping.
football boys. He wanted to put me as the quarterback when I was a freshman in high school. And
She's like, they were just practice.
Yeah, right.
High school, I remember the coaches in football and shit like that. I remember in fucking middle school, my coach was one of my teachers in middle school, and his ass.
Let me guess, your health teacher.
No,
No?
he was our biology teacher.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
My biology teacher was also our coach.
you go to a small school and your coach calls everybody by their last name.
That too. But the way that he did it is he would get everyone on the team's progress reports, and for every point you're failing grade was 5 laps. 5 laps, and then it was 5 suicides on top of that. And you had to complete that every day until your new progress report came out.
Oh, fuck that.
He would be like, "It's Saturday, 5 a.m. I want you at the track."
5 a.m.? Kiss my motherfucking ass. I'm gonna be in my bed asleep.
Dude, I couldn't tell you how many times people would not show up at 5 a.m. and then on Monday it'd be like, "All right." He's like, "That's how you want to do it? After school practice is canceled. We're going to use that 3.5 hours, and you guys are going to be doing suicides the entire 3.5 hours, no breaks. Go." And you're just looking at him like, "I didn't fucking do that. I didn't skip. I was there. Don't make me do it."
Fuck that.
But that was the thing. Like, he treated you like everyone but one person could have shown up, and he still would have made the whole team do it. If one fucked up, all of you fucked up. That was called the responsibility.
No, that's called somebody's getting an ass whooping.
No, that was called someone
that's
got
what he
bars
put
of
the soap
soap.
bars.
To
Yeah.
That was someone got beat up in the showers real quick with bars of soap. Yeah, that was a hell of a thing. And the town I was in was Ponder. It was like Ponder has maybe 150 kids in the entire.
Makes you think?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I think the whole town's population is like 830, and when I was in school, the entire school was only 150 people. That's from pre-K all the way up to seniors. So your football team's like 29 people tops. So you knew who fucked up. Like, he didn't have to tell you who wasn't there. You could look around and know who wasn't standing there that day. And we also all knew where everyone lived, like, because the town was so damn small. So there was a Saturday where we had to be at the field. And it was the middle of August. It was 106 degrees at 4 o'clock in the morning. Normal fucking temperatures. It was one of the hottest summers we ever had in Texas.
Said, bitch, where?
And
right?
it's right south of Fort Worth.
Yeah, well, all those
Texas
shootings
Speedway.
and shit out there in that heat.
Yeah.
Well, you have a bunch of kids passing out in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Now you do. Back then, they told you to walk it off, or took you into the locker room, threw a water bottle at your face, and said, "Drink water and get your ass back on the field." Nowadays, it's to the hospital, IVs. But no, like, this one kid refused to show up on Saturdays. So on Mondays, we all had to do like 200 suicides. So one day, we're like, all right, we know where he lives. We showed up at his house at 3:30 in the morning. Waited until 3:45. He didn't come out, so we started banging on the door. The whole team. Dad comes out to the door. We're like, we need your son. He has practice today. Wait, he said they never have practice on Saturdays. Oh, he's lying to you because we've had to do suicides every Monday all fucking day because of his ass not showing up. His dad takes his belt off and walks upstairs.
That's a hell of a way to go, man. Getting your ass beat? Fuck that.
And then having to go to practice.
Yeah,
right?
And we're all standing out there just waiting for him, and you just see his dad just take his belt off, and you hear him screaming at his son, whipping in the background, and you're just like, we're all just laughing outside.
Nah, he got his though for sure.
He comes out and he puts his head down, and we're like, "You ready?" And he's like starting to limp, like, "Yeah, I'm ready."
Fuck that. You show up at my house for my son at 3:30 in the morning, I'm fucking beating some little kid. I'm gonna beat him afterwards, but not until I get the rest of my fucking sleep.
Be like, he's been making.
No, I think I'd be like that, Dad.
Yeah, right. He's been making the whole team because one person's not showing up. You're making the other 24 students doing 200-something suicides before they're allowed to go home. Like, that's not our fault. His ass has been lying to his parents the whole damn time. Like, his dad would have took him because his dad was forcing him to play football to keep himself entertained because he was getting into a lot of trouble.
Hence the belt whooping.
So apparently he's been lying to his dad on Saturday night so he could go hang out with his friends instead of going to practice. Saying we don't have practice. That's why we showed up and we're like, hey, we need your kid. We're not doing this shit anymore on Mondays. We want our one day off a week again where we don't have anything besides Sundays. I'm good, boss.
Yeah, it's weird that you say that, right?
God damn it.
Because lately I've been noticing a lot at my work, everybody's calling me boss, like customers. I don't understand why. It's never happened before.
I mean, I say it like that's just part of my vocabulary, but
Yeah, I usually call people like higher rank than me at work boss all the time.
yeah.
No, but these are customers.
Is it because you shaved your head?
Hmm.
No.
This is before that.
But I do the same thing. Like Mike will ask me something, and I'm like, yeah, boss, it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, I don't know why I started doing it, but I've been doing it for a while now. And then I got yelled at for doing it by David O. He's like, it's a prison thing, right?
Mm. That's what I was going to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Because what's weird about it to me is that's that. To me, that's what that means.
It's
It's like a CO.
I just started saying it like, what's up, boss? Like, you signed my fucking paycheck.
yeah. I don't know why I do it either, but yeah. But kids these days, and that's one thing I've noticed. Like in San Antonio, they were.
Ooh, Vinny's done.
Yeah. Hi, Benny.
Nice.
Welcome back. But like in San Antonio last year, they closed all football practice in August because it was 102 degrees outside.
Mm-hmm.
Because kids were going to the hospital. I'm like,
But to be fair,
Global warming.
San Antonio's a hell of a lot more humid.
Hey, we stay away from politics here.
Don't get me wrong, I know San Antonio is humid, but like even Killica said that when he was in football, they went to practice in the middle of August. They did their 2-a-days.
Right, but then kids started having heart attacks and shit.
Yeah.
I guess this new generation just.
And to be fair,
they're not built to survive.
To be fair, Killica's Samoan. Like, he was born on an island with a fucking volcano.
With the humidity of 100%, 24/7,
Yeah.
365.
So, that motherfucker can't talk for shit.
That's true. Because personally, me, I can't stand going outside in the heat. Like, when I first moved back to San Antonio, I stayed with, Chris's mom. I stayed with mom. And her AC broke. Like, the second day I was there.
All the hardships you've endured.
Dude. I brought $1,000 with me, and I wasn't even there for 3 days before I dropped $900 to have the AC fixed. Like, and that was the thing. Chris and I went and bought all the parts to fix said AC instead of buying a whole new unit. We got the whole damn AC fixed, and then found out Mom also hadn't paid the electric bill. I was like, so was it the electric or the AC unit? But we knew it was the AC unit because the electricity, like I was still able to play my PlayStation for a few days, and then the electric disappeared too. Well, at that time, Chris and I weren't sure if it was now the AC unit or the electric box. Mm-hmm. So we checked the electric box, and one of the freaking fuses has melted.
Oh.
So
that's pretty dangerous.
We found out that Mom's house has full copper wiring.
Yep.
So we found that out. He called his sister April. We all got together, put the rest of the money we all had together, and had someone come out from CPS Energy and rewire the entire house. Because it was all copper wiring. We found that all the wiring in the attic was starting to melt too. And it could have burned the freaking house down.
Jesus.
I was like, nope, we're not doing that. So for like 3 or 4 nights while Chris and I were waiting for the parts for the AC unit to get there, we went to H-E-B and bought about 10 or 15 bags of dry ice. And we put them in a steel pan with water, and we stuck my big fan right in front of it. Kept the house around 80 degrees, but I ended up staying with Chris and Ariel for those few days because that was still too hot for me. I slept on the damn couch. I was like, fuck that.
That's why I laugh, because it's like you talk about how hot it was over there, but wait till you see how hot it gets here.
Yeah.
The difference is fixing an AC here is so much easier. Because you have the pad, the water pump, or the water hose leading up to said pump. That's it.
Because of swamp coolers?
Yeah.
What? So exactly what does the AC even use Freon?
Nope.
No. It literally is. There's a problem. It's one of 4 things. Yeah. It's either a belt, the pad, the pump, or the spider.
Or if it's really bad, the wheel for the fan. That's it.
Well, that would be like the belt.
So all
but if you have to replace the whole...
Well, no.
So
if you have to replace the whole hamster wheel,
and spread the cold water through the vents.
That's what I mean, like if the bearings go bad.
That's it?
That's basically what it is.
Yeah,
it's just like the pad gets all wet, and that's what...
That blows in cool
and
air.
it pulls in air through that, and then...
Cooling it out.
So what a lot of people don't understand is that the water's already hot when it comes out, so those pads get hot too, and then it blows that air.
Yeah, until it actually circulates and everything. Then you're good. But for that first, 20-30 minutes, it sucks.
Like 10 minutes, but...
So what you want to do is you want to get up when the sun's not out and turn on that.
No, you need to do it the night before.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're home, that thing is on.
Yeah, because you said when the sun comes out, no. By that time, we're already at 80 or 90.
Vinny, one could say it gets moist.
Indeed.
But see, I have seen other AC units here, though, in some areas where it's the actual Freon
Yeah,
systems.
some of them do have...
It's just refrigerated.
Yeah, they do have the central air and heat.
Yeah.
But it's few and far between.
I noticed that it's mostly in the... I've got hundreds of thousands of dollars houses, Yeah. But... I mean, if it keeps the house, what does it usually keep it? Like in this room, for instance, what would it usually
this room's going to be freezing.
Oh, cool.
So it's gonna feel this 24/7.
Yeah.
Oh.
it takes care of this room.
I'd come in here and I'd take a nap
room.
during the day, but have some blackout curtains in here. I'd be fine.
No, hell no. The living room, dining room, and then his room. It takes care of really well. It's once you get further to the back of the house, it does it not so well.
Well, that's what I said. I'm saving up the money to invest in one of those.
Yeah, that back room gets kind of hot.
Well, both of them do.
I found this at Walmart. They've got a 750 square foot window unit. So it sits on the ground, but it's got a hose that goes out the window, and it's got a kit that patches the window up.
Totally get me started, man.
So I plan on getting one of those. That way we can run it. That way we can run it, and it should cover both John and I's room decently enough.
No, I'm
you sleep with the fucking fan on during the winter.
I don't like being warm.
You can tell by the shade of your legs.
Somebody turns a fucking kitchen light on.
Actually, no. I get really mad when they turn this light off while we're playing our games because it messes my eyes up so bad while I'm staring at the screen. My eyes start to get super dry.
That's how I don't like to play games when it's dark.
He's playing and he's carrying his team.
No, he was playing, but he's tired because he was
carrying his team.
Yeah.
No, that's me. I'm
go get some sleep, man.
Huh?
Oh, carrying a team in Call of Duty maybe, but you can't carry a team in freaking Monster Hunter.
I don't think that there is carrying a team in Monster Hunter.
There is. There's the one who doesn't ever die, and then the one who dies 3 times in one fight.
Hey, to be fair, I don't know shit about these monsters. You can fuck off. Fucking, we fought a monster, a new version of one of the original monsters. So it's me, him, and 2 other guys that we play online with. It's like, alright, we've all fucked this guy up numerous times. We get in there, and he does this fucking laser breath and wipes 3 of us out in one shot, and it's like... Okay, cool. What are we fighting next? Because it's not going to be this guy.
Yeah, you literally got, what was it last night? Dude, I thought John and I were going to throw our controllers across the room last night.
Oh.
We were hunting 2 separate creatures. We spent, over an hour on one of them.
And then
he was flashing the death sign. He only needed 2 or 3 good solid hits to die. And he fucking dove underground and disappeared from the map.
And then he
left
came back.
the map. And then he came right back, full health.
Oh my god.
And then the next one, we did it again, the Rathalos. We had him flashing the skull and literally stunned, and we were getting ready to final hit him, and he goes, boop!
Yeah.
And both of us are just like, fight!
Let's go pick on a low-level creature. Let's go fuck his shit up. This shit fucking pissed
And then we
off
jumped into
so
a level
bad.
1 ranked match and just whooped the crap out of it. It's like, this feels better. Just beat it to death.
Just to build that self-confidence. I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. Oh, those 2 monsters. Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
What?
Not in that
Sorry,
chair,
never
hopefully.
mind. No. That's what's coming.
Oh yeah, they've been saying that there's another cold front coming through with ice and snow.
So, within next week...
Okay. Pack your shit. Get the fuck out of El Paso because I'm tired of this fucking snow with ice and shit.
No, look at this.
No!
Look. It'll be here by next week.
No!
There's so many things.
Anytime I wake up and I'm colder under my blanket than I am in the open air, not okay.
How do you think I feel?
You're the one that brought it with you. What the fuck do I care?
Actually,
I sleep with the window open and the fan on, and I'm cold.
I'm freezing Okay, so it was hilarious. What was it, yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. This dumbass wakes up and he goes, it's cold. No.
I woke up and said it's fucking cold in here.
He wakes up and he goes, it's cold as fuck in here. And I woke up and I was like, yeah, it's cold. Turn the fucking fan off. He goes, wait a second. He looks at his weather. He goes, it says it's supposed to be 80 degrees. And it's not. Oh, wait, that's Kerrville. Never mind. It's supposed to be 54 with a low of 46.
Today was really cold.
Which was weird because, the sun, it was a nice day, but it was fucking cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching the weather last night on my phone, and the radar shows a snowstorm coming from Colorado down through New Mexico and all the way over towards
Texas.
Texas.
Trying to kill the corona, right? Trying to take care of it.
Oh, and our theory of the heat killing that is wrong. It is mutated to survive in 102 and up.
Oh. We're at 115
here. Yeah, between 115 119 on average.
No, not 119 on average. Maybe 110 to 115.
No, because last year we had quite a few days that were that high. Because remember, it was on one of those stupid days that I climbed up there to fix that shit. Because I ended up dragging the fucking water hose across the goddamn roof and fucking put it in the side of the machine because the pump was out. It's like, fuck that. We need some kind of AC. Because when we first moved into the house together, it was fucking hot here. Every window open, all the doors open, and this house does not circulate air very well.
You want to know the downside to the snow? It's supposed to dump up to 19 inches.
Okay, for me, downside is that there's snow. And 19
Worst
inches of snow is not okay.
Once it gets to 20, call me.
I'm gonna go out and buy a fucking onesie and just start walking around with my fucking blanket around.
You have to have the
goddamn
fucking
cape.
butt flaps up.
Well, obviously, so I can take a shit, but...
Butt flap, dick flap. Right. It just has a zipper in the middle so you can just spread it.
Right, it goes from like right here just all the way around.
Hey, that's some Shark Tank level shit right there.
It is. It is.
Let's get that patented.
I was saying like someone should invent the stapler, but for thread, just like a staple, like just one of those quick fixes.
Isn't there already something like that?
I know that there's like those handheld ones, but
Okay,
they're
my
like
bad.
really scary.
It should
and really
occur
hard to
through
use.
early Friday morning.
It's chill outside, but it's not cold.
See, okay, in here it's not bad because we're running like all the consoles and the TVs and computers and stuff. So I'm good right here.
But we're gonna walk in towards your room.
Yeah, like
It's
when I walk
actually
in
not
here,
cold in there.
when I walk in here like first thing in the morning and nothing's been running.
Like this morning? Oh my
Oh, dude, it was
god.
fucking cold this morning.
Yeah.
We came in here.
Wildfire
Fucking window.
visible
He's got
rooms.
the window still fucking open over there.
He walks in.
I'm thinking in my head like I'm so
All the
glad
computers are
nobody's.
gone and shit.
No, I'm so glad no one's brave enough just to grab that window and finish yanking it as
Oh, you
hard
can't.
as they can.
You can't.
No, you have to.
Like there is no grabbing these windows and like breaking.
I don't think
different
those
stuff.
sound of power tools would wake you up though. I hear your alarm every morning.
Right? It wakes my ass up.
Well, no,
too.
no, I'm saying
I'll be in
like,
the living room and I can hear that shit.
yeah.
I'm in my room with my fan up against the same fucking door against his room, and my fan is running on the medium setting, and I can fucking hear his alarm going off. It wakes me up, and I'm just sitting here in my bed going, okay.
I'm good. I'm gonna start setting it and leaving it on, like minute after minute, to fucking get your ass out of that room at a decent time.
Just so you start dragging them with
Instead
you.
of waking
What
up
was it? The other morning? His
Right?
alarm was.
Tie a fucking piece of rope right here. Same thing on him, and whenever I go, just.
It drags me out of the
It
bed.
was yesterday morning when he didn't have to go to work. His alarm was going off, and I think it was Winnie who opened the door.
That was this morning.
Oh yeah, that was this morning
She
because they were playing around in my room, and her and Vi were like playing tag, and she went over to y'all's door and was just like boom like that, and shot it open.
I fucking went straight up like this, and I went like this, and I was like, oh wait, I don't have a knife sitting here.
Yeah.
Like, I sat straight up too, and both my cats were laying right next to me. They go poof, like as fast as they could, opposite
Yeah.
directions. And I was like, close the door, because I'm sitting here like, thank God I had a blanket on.
See, and that's why I didn't do it. 'Cause I was like, I don't want to see anybody naked. Like
Was it you knocked on? Did you knock today or yesterday?
yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah, he knocked
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
fucking.
because me and Blue were talking. It's like it's 12 o'clock and he's still here. I was like, does he? Should I? And Blue was like, yeah, like go make sure. So I went over there and I just get a text. What? I'm naked. What do you want? And I was like, work. I have off. Okay.
And then he wonders why we don't play D&D during the day.
Right.
Okay, to be fair, yesterday though, I woke my ass up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Ready to play D&D?
No. I stripped to go take a shower. I grabbed my phone to turn on my flashlight to go into the bathroom, and I saw a text message saying, "We're not taking you today for training purposes because of labor." And I was like, turn the water off, turned my flashlight off, hopped back in bed, rolled back up in the
You
blanket.
just stayed up.
I should have just stayed up. Like this morning, I should have just fucking stayed up. I got up at fucking 9 o'clock this morning to feed the cats and take a piss, and then I went and laid right back down. I laid there for a good 30, 45 minutes going, should I get up?
Yeah, there's times where I take the dog out for like 30-minute walk and shit, and I still come back and I have to lay down because I'm just so fucking tired.
It's not that it's not that I just get tired. I don't really like coming into this room unless he's awake, because then the kids come in here with me. And I don't like that, because I don't always know, what kid's allowed to be doing what. Like, if he hadn't told me the time Mike was grounded, I got up one day, he was still asleep, Mike came in here. I knew Mike was grounded, so I knew not to let him play the PlayStation, but if I didn't know and he didn't, knew I didn't know and decided to try playing, been like, he's grounded. I didn't know he was grounded.
No, that wouldn't have been you, that would have been him. I would have dragged him outside through the window and fucking beaten his ass.
No, like yesterday morning, his alarm was going off. He gets up, he feeds the cats. I roll over. I was like, God damn it. And I yelled, turn it off. And all you hear John's alarm goes off, and then I yell, turn it off, and it goes click.
That was my alarm. I turned my alarm off.
Well, your alarm shut off after I said turn it off. And then this morning...
I'm just going to go out and get, like, a little cheapy phone, set the alarm, and just hide it somewhere and you'll randomly. Wake up so goddamn pissed off because there's an alarm and you can't find it.
It's one of those screaming media alarms, and you can't turn it off unless you find it.
Or what is it? The give me your butt, and then right after the end of it, just do that as the whole alarm.
Right. No! Just the scream for like.
Until you find the phone.
What, the sun coming up on Rick and Morty?
Yeah. Oh, the screaming sun. Yeah. How long are the days on this planet? 36 hours. Yeah. No. Just let's go.
Disqualified.
What was the problem with Cobb Planet, though?
I have no idea. I would love to know. Everything was on a cob.
So yeah, I'm not against that. No. Steak on a cob?
Strawberries on a cob.
Strawberries on a cob. Bacon on a cob. I'm down. Let's do this.
Yeah, I feel like we lost her again.
She doesn't like Rick and Morty
See,
at all.
I see dead people.
Like, I know that one, but I haven't watched Rick and Morty after the first season.
Oh, you need to.
See, and I've learned in the mornings, I don't need to really set an alarm, because 8 a.m., my cats are on top of me going,
yeah, I had Goku in my fucking... No, Goku likes to get up at between 8 and 8:30, and he'll sit there and he'll fucking claw at the blankets, because we have the blankets over our face. He'll just claw at the blankets.
He'll pull the blankets down off of you so you'll get up and go feed them.
That's the best part about, like, having my room next to y'all's is, like, I'll wake up early and I'll just lay there, like, just going through, like, social media and stuff like that.
And then you hear Sebastian,
and
you're not getting fucking fed anymore.
I always hear Bash, get the fuck off of me, you stupid cat. It's like every morning.
What is it, like, I'm not giving you any more fucking food.
Yeah.
It's a mad cheesy place.
Well, okay, so each cat gets 1/4 a cup of food every, what are we doing, 6 hours now?
6 to 8 hours.
Oh, the kittens?
No, the big cats. They get 1/4 cup of food. Actually, no, Snickers right now is getting about half a cup of food. Goku gets less than her. But she's also still feeding the kittens, so
yeah,
we feed her a little more. But I kid you fucking not. It's like, I have got them to where they know what time they're supposed to be getting fed, and they will wake my motherfucking ass up and be like, feed me, bitch. And I swear to God, Goku will get so frustrated with you not getting up, he'll literally start clawing the blankets off the edge of the bed.
It got so bad that this morning, it was so funny. Patches, the little bitty one, Snickers was on the edge of the bed, meowing. Patches was on my little body pillow right here, looking at Sebastian, just meowing at his face.
Like,
she was like, feed me, and her paw was just doing this, like, right here, right now, give me my bowl.
And I swear to God, I just want to one night, like, I'm just going to be like, pah!
I want to make Goku these little cat mittens, but it's like, instead of worrying about the claws, I'm going to put, like, little fucking batons on there. So it's like, smack, smack, smack.
But no joke, they get so mad. Like if you take too long to get up, like Goku will just pull the blanket off the edge of the bed.
He'll literally grab the top of the blanket up here and he'll drag it off of you like a fucking dog.
And then Snickers.
Cats are assholes.
And Snickers will just sit there and start jumping up and down on the bed, meowing, and you're just like, I'm gonna kill you. And then if you still don't get up, she runs and jumps right on your stomach and just starts bouncing up and down like, get the fuck up.
My people she would climb in through like the foot like side of the bed. She would get under the comforter, slide up next to me, and just lay down on the pillow.
Nice.
And see,
I'd wake up.
Now at night, when
How drunk was I?
now at night the kittens like they usually
They've
crawl
learned to
up on
climb
me.
the fucking bed.
And
that is the worst thing ever now.
And before Patches crawled over on my body pillow, her and Cloud were laying like right beside me over here, and then she woke me up because she was playing with her and Cloud were playing, and then I was like and I separated them. She crawled over there and she goes, fine, I'm gonna fucking annoy him. What does she do? She starts crying. And then Goku starts pulling down the blankets. Snickers, she's at the end of the bed and she's just crying. And Sebastian's like, shut the fuck up, all of you.
This is why you don't have animals.
My dog's the exact opposite. Like,
Cowboy's so mad at you right now. He heard that.
Don't care.
If I sleep until 3 p.m., my dog will sleep until 3 p.m. with me.
Not the fucking cats. They're like ticking alarm clocks.
The difference is if I get Goku's like the only one. If you feed him and he gets enough to eat, he'll come right back up there and lay back down and go to sleep. Snickers, on the other hand, she eats and she thinks it's fucking Monster Energy or something because she starts going. Literally, she's one side of the room to the next,
How?
She jumps on the bed. She jumps on the kill.
Your gun went well.
No, and she'll actually, like, we have the little little cotton balls that you can throw for them. Snickers will play fetch. You throw it, she'll grab it, run it right back to you, drop it in front of you, and wait for you to throw it again. I'm like, this cat is a fucking dog, I swear to God. But they wake you up, and then now that the kittens have learned to fucking climb up on the bed, I'll be asleep, and then I'll feel Cloud go whack, and I'm like,
Oh, it's so funny. What was it, last night? He was laying down on the bed and watching TV, and Cloud, he comes trotting along the bed, playing with his sister. All I see is Cloud crawling up on his chest, and he just goes whack with his paw full out, claws out, and everything. He just goes whack and gets him right in the eyeball. And all I see is Cloud go right across the bed.
No, the worst one is, for some reason, Cloud feels like he needs to attack my dick.
Oh,
I don't understand.
He's checking to see if you're a boy or a girl.
No.
Yeah, right? I don't fucking understand it, though. I'll be laying there watching TV on my phone, and all of a sudden I've got claws trying to dig into my pants. So
we're pouring kitty litter on it every night. Or what catnip? My bad, catnip.
So now I've gotten to the damn point where when I go lay in bed now and I'm watching TV on my phone, I put my hands right over my pants or in my pants. I'm just holding my hand there like a cup. Like,
That's the reason why you have your hands in your pants.
Well, no, because I play with
Goku. Just
Goku.
fucking hit that cat right in the goddamn head.
Right.
No.
The first time he catches me in my nut, I am going to chunk a cat.
I was gonna say in a nut, you can't use that sentence.
In the nut, you're gonna see it. John will hear it while he's sleeping. I'll just be laying here sleeping. You hear me go, God damn it!
Fucking Jimmy Cricket against the wall and shit.
I'll just be laughing.
You'll just see the window like cracks between our rooms.
It'd be like the fucking cat in Boondock Saints.
Right?
Is it dead?
I can't believe that just fucking happened.
What I'm waiting for is the cat. I don't know if it's Cloud or Patches because both of them are starting to do it. They're starting to chew on the surge protector cord.
Ooh.
I'm waiting for the first time one of them catches that wire, and then we're just gonna see all the power go.
I'm just gonna
and
hear
come back on.
I'm just gonna hear a pop from my side of the room, and Ashley's gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
It's like a microwave and shit.
Right.
I'm either gonna see an electrocuted dead kitty or a really burned.
It's gonna be like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Right. I was trying to think of which movie it was from.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like.
I was thinking for some reason fucking the one with Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz. Something About Mary.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was it the dog when what's his name? Goddamn, Matt Dillon? Is it Matt Dillon? The other one that was competing for Mary. And he's giving the dog, like he takes apart the lamp.
Yeah,
I think it is Matt Dillon.
Fuck, what is this? I don't know.
Well, and see, when Goku and Snickers were kittens,
Let's start wrapping this up.
I would whoop Goku's ass with the cord to keep him from biting on it. Snickers learned just not to do it because she's the one that got shocked from doing it. And she got sent flying across the room from it. She bit down on I think it was an extension cord. She bit down on it and it had electrical tape right there. And she bit clean through the electrical tape and right onto the wire.
Yeah.
And she goes, pop, and smacks into the wall. After that, you can watch her in my room. She'll purposely step around cords and won't go near it.
Well, she lost a life, man.
Right.
And Goku,
Like, fuck, down to 8.
Goku, I whip his ass. I'll see him chewing on the cord. I'll unplug the cord, just start whipping him with it. And it'll keep him away from it for a while, but again, he has brain issues, so...
Well, I mean, beating him with a cord.
Yeah, I'm sure
I'm just waiting for the first time one of the kittens just catches, like, say we have the fan on and they bite that cord with the fan on.
Oh,
Just
God.
pop!
Stick their paw in there.
Oh, that is something I have been worried about because they get real curious of that fan. I'm
Especially Patches. She likes to get
like,
right
and those
up
are metal
against it.
fan blades too, so...
She likes to get right up, like right by
Your
the
manicure.
blades.
Right?
And it's just, I'm afraid one night the fan's going to be on and she's just going to stick her paw right through it.
And all you can hear is... And she gets pulled straight into the fan.
Then she won't be called Patchy, she'll be called Nub. Alright, guys.
And on that note...
Right. Yeah, it's that time, guys, so we're going to go and wrap it up.
I got some Monster Hunter to play.
Or some Warfare.
Or Warfare.
Thank you guys for joining us. It's always a pleasure.
That was all. You're welcome. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, not me, sorry.
Yeah, you realize you've been facing away from the audience.
No, I-
time.
At least he's not like that. She doesn't talk to the microphone.
Meh.
But, guys, as always, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support.
We appreciate you all. As I turn
Right.
and look at the wall.
But we will be back on...
Tuesday.
Yeah, today's Thursday.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
This week has been a weird week.
It had, with the kids being on vacation.
Yeah.
It's fucking my shit up.
Yeah, no kidding.
I like
that
the
what
peace
it
and
is?
quiet throughout the day. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I'd say you do your outro last because you're the one that does the thing. With that thing, remember?
Yeah.
Anyway,
guys.
I'm Chaotic Bash.
I'm a collie.
Mortimer Smith.
Mr. Blue, no damn me.
I'm Business 01. You can hit us on pretty much any social media,
At this point, yeah.
assuming somebody posts anything.
Discount Gaming 1.
You guys take care of each other, help each other, love each other. Be safe out there, above all else right now. And as always,
Wash your damn hands.
be good humans, guys. We'll see y'all next week.